Hello guys, once again welcome to Farming in Africa, and today I'm very excited about this video because I have the opportunity to answer one of your biggest questions. We've been telling you guys to go into goat farming, but your question is, Fred, how much money do I need to start? How much is it going to cost me to build a pen? How much am I even going to buy the goats for? And therefore, what is my initial capital? This question has been a question that has been so hard and difficult for me to answer you guys, because when I was building my pen, of course, I didn't think like that. But guess what? When we were asked to evacuate, and as you can see behind me, as we are building a new pen, I have specially dedicated one pen to answer this question, so that if you're a beginner watching me and you're thinking about starting a goat farm, you have all the answers and the numbers that you need to be able to start. So I have all the numbers here, and if you guys are excited about this, then stay tuned, because today I'm going to walk you through a pen that we've intentionally dedicated for beginner goat farmers, to use it as an experiment to train you guys. So stay tuned and I'll be right back with you. Welcome back guys, and I'm glad you sticked around, because as I said, I'm so excited about today's video, not because I have any benefits to it, but because I know that it is a question that is so important to some of you, especially the beginners out there who wants to go into goat farming. And therefore, knowing me, I'm just excited to help. So I'm very excited to share with you guys, because recently we were given the opportunity to actually rebuild our farm again. And as I said, when I built the old one, I didn't think that people might want to know the cost and so on and so forth. But now that I know that's important to you, then it's important to me as well. So as I have the opportunity to build this new farm, then why not use that opportunity to serve you guys better? So today we're going to be talking about all the numbers to actually agree on how much you need to actually start a 40 goats, right? But before we go into the numbers, let me talk to you about the design, because this might change if you don't go by my design, but at least it will give you a better idea, right? So I have built goat pens, and in the past I've built different forms of goat pens. Currently, I have actually come to a conclusion on a specific goat design, and that is by what you're looking at. Usually you guys know that I like a raising pen, so my pen is raised. But the most interesting thing is that my pen is of a certain style, and then I have also a space in front, which is an exercising yard, before the goats go out for grazing, right? So this is the design that I have. If you guys want me to design your pen, just get in touch with us. I'm happy to design your entire farm for you, including the pen, the exercising yard, the grazing field, everything that you need in there. But based on this design, I'm going to walk you guys exactly through what we're doing. So like I said, every pen of ours is going to have an exercising yard in front. This estimate and what we are talking about, this specific model, is going to be for 40 goats. That means that as a beginner, if you're starting with about 40 goats, then this will be a perfect design to be able to serve your need. So as you guys can see, the kind of materials that we are using here. Now I'm standing in front of the exercising yard, but guess what? This becomes the pen, right? What is the size of the pen? So this pen is actually 10 by 17 feet. So that's 10 feet west to east, and then 17 feet north to south. That is the kind of pen that I'm using to hold 40 goats. Somebody might say, Fred, that is very small. Yes, it is small, because the model or the design that I have, the goats do not spend a lot of time in there. And I've done this for about 3 years and have experimented it and tested it. The goats only goes in there when it's dark, and normally they will even go around like 10, 11 p.m. and they go there just to go and sleep. And because it's night and it's cold, they like to be closer to each other so that they can feel the heat of each other. So you don't need a very big pen for their sleeping yard, right? So you can keep 40 goats here comfortably without any harm and give them the heat that they need. The moment the sun is out, I promise you, all those goats will step down and they will come here and now lie here. If you have food here, this is where you feed them, right? And you can do your playing yard 20 feet by 20 feet as well, and that will be their exercising or playing yard. Now that we know the design, let's go back into the materials and what did we use to actually build this design. So the 10 by 17 pen that you're seeing, we use boards. So board is exactly what you're seeing. So I'm going to walk towards the board and show you guys. So if you haven't done any construction before or doesn't know what a board is, so this is a board, right? And a board, we actually use 16 pieces of board and 16 pieces of board. It might vary depending on where you are, but here in the Eastern region, as you guys know, in Suhum, we are buying a board for 98 Ghana cedis, right? And 16 pieces then brings our cost to 1,568. We use 16 pieces. Then we use teak trees. So what you see right in front of me is a teak tree, but we have two types. So we're using the long poles, and these are the teak trees that are being used for electricity. So they are treated and they are peeled, right? So when you get a normal teak tree, mostly you still have the back around it. These are peeled off and then are well treated to resist termites, right? Even though we have that, if you look at the bottom, you can see that we've also put a plastic under it, even to keep it to last longer, right? And that's what we're doing. But the teak tree is going to last us very long. Some people prefer concrete. I think this is much cheaper because with concrete you have to buy the cement, the sand, the labor in mixing it, the iron rocks, and so on and so forth. I've done concrete before, I've done normal teak before, and I go buy a teak tree, treated one. You can go to your community, I'm sure somebody sells that tree there, and you can purchase some.
Thank you for watching this far. If you've enjoyed what you've watched so far, be rest assured we have a lot more like this for you. All I need you to do right now is to take just a second of your time, hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss any more content like this coming your way. Also, you doing this would help reach more people with similar interests like yourself. So by all means, hit the subscribe button, and thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of it.
For the long teak tree, that's what we actually use for the pillars. So they're going all the way down, up to the top of the roof, and we use 7 of those for this. One cost us here in the Eastern region 550 cedis, and therefore the total is 3,850. Again, that's how much the poles cost us, the 7 poles. You can see that not all the 7 is going up. Some we actually had to cut them into pieces and just use them for the base of the structure. Then we move on to 2x4. So 2x4 is normally what you use on top of the roof aside the 2x6. We're also going to use some of the 2x4 here around the fence to hold the wire, right? So we also use I think 30 pieces. They cost about 45 cedis in the market, and the total was 1,350 cedis. I know these costs are in cedis. We will be doing the conversion for you guys so that at the end you will see the total and you will have the dollar rate, and you can convert it to whatever rate that you want. But mind you, these prices are the Eastern region Suhum prices. If you are in Tamale, if you're in Nigeria, Kenya, Nairobi, wherever you are, the price might differ, but at least it gives you some sense of idea how much we are buying this for. Then we're going to buy 4 bundles of nets. So 4 bundles of net, basically to use it around the fence, which is the exercising area, and also to use it on top of the pen to give it some ventilation as well. So we'll be using 4 bundles, and 1 bundle is also 550, which is 2,200 Ghana cedis for the net. Then the next item is obviously your roofing sheet. I think roofing sheet is what everybody is going to use. We're going to use 11 pieces. 1 piece of roofing sheet is 85 cedis, and bringing the total to 935 Ghana cedis for the roofing sheet. Nails, of course, we have 4 inches and 3 inches. We are using 4 boxes of 4 inches, which is 75 Ghana cedis, bringing that total to 300 cedis. And then we're using 3 inches nails, 4 boxes, 75 cedis, bringing the total again to 225 cedis as well. Then the last thing is the 2x6 wood, which is basically what we use for the top bars before we use the 2x4 to cross it. We also use 4x6 at the bottom to actually divide it to make the building much stronger right at the base of it, so that when they step on it, or even me when I want to go on top and I step on it, it's actually much stronger. So that's what we are also going to use. So bringing the construction of this cost to 14,342. 14,342. Mind you, this is hosting what? About 40 goats here in this pen. I haven't added the labor cost because you can negotiate with your carpenter. Once that you have this, every carpenter charges different no matter where you were. So I will leave that up to you. You guys can negotiate whatever price that you agree on. You add it to 14,342 and that will give you your pen. Let's talk about goats. 40 goats. How much would you buy your 40 goats for? Depending on the area that you are. You can buy, I've bought goats for 300 cedis, for 400 cedis, for 500 cedis. It depends on what you want. But let's use it as simple maths. Even if you're doing 500 cedis, you're buying your goat for 500 cedis, then buying 40 goats is going to be 20,000 Ghana cedis. But you don't need to start it if you don't have 20 Ghana cedis. If you have 10,000 Ghana cedis, then instead of 40, buy 20. Start with 20. But at least the most important thing is now you have a structure and you know the kind of structure that you need to build in order to hold 40 goats. You can start with 20 and I bet you in 1 year time, you will be looking at about 80 goats. So you even need to expand your structure or sell some and keep only 40 in this structure. This is what we are doing. This is an exemplary pen and we are going to be working with this to show you guys what we are building here. I hope this is helpful. Please let us know what other information that we are missing, what you need from us as we build this, because we want to build this with you. And we want to say a big thank you to all of you that have been donating and supporting us as we build this farm. Your donations, your kindness is much appreciated. Thank you guys so much. And I'm sure that the next time I'm actually going to bring you a video on how much money and how many goats you can actually gain after building this 40 goat structure. So stay tuned for more education videos. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe because you don't want to miss the opportunity to build a new farm with us. I will see you in the next video.